Is it time to buy or sell AST SpaceMobile stock? In this video, we are diving deep into AST SpaceMobile. Our initial report was published on our website on Wednesday, the 25th of June, 2025, and now we are here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You do not want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and receive free price predictions and deep analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. Since the 4th of June, 2025, our system has ranked AST SpaceMobile as a buy candidate, providing it with a score of 1.34. Let's examine the stock's performance over this time frame. Those who adhered to our analysis would have experienced an impressive gain of 74.17% since we first designated AST SpaceMobile as a buy candidate 15 days ago. This results in an average return of 4.94% each day since its classification as a buy candidate. The stock sits at the upper end of a very wide and strong rising trend in the short term. This typically presents an excellent selling opportunity for short-term traders, as a reaction back towards the lower part of the trend is to be expected. A breakout above the upper trend line at $53.54 will initially indicate a stronger rate of increase. The current 3-month trend suggests a potential change of approximately 59.72% over the next 3 months, with a possible return ranging from negative 8.72% to 71.14%. Looking at the longer term, our 12-month analysis indicates a projected change of 23.42%. According to our calculations, the stock's performance could vary from negative 48.96% to 31.55% over the next year. In current terms, this would place the future price somewhere between $25.51 and $65.74. Our latest daily update for AST SpaceMobile includes the headline: AST SpaceMobile Inc. stock price fell more than 6.11% on Wednesday, closing at $49.97. The AST SpaceMobile Inc. stock price decreased by 6.11% on the last trading day, Wednesday, the 25th of June, 2025, dropping from $53.22 to $49.97. During that day, the stock fluctuated by 8.30%, with a low of $48.80 and a high of $52.85. The stock has risen in 8 of the last 10 days, showing an increase of 39.93% over the past 2 weeks. Trading volume increased by 3 million shares on the last day, albeit amid falling prices. This may indicate an early warning, suggesting a slight increase in risk over the next couple of days. In total, 23 million shares were traded, amounting to approximately $1.15 billion. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest stock price was $54.04, while the lowest was $10.17. Currently, the price sits 7.53%, or $4.07, below the 52-week high of $54.04, which also represents the all-time high for the stock. AST SpaceMobile, trading under the symbol ASTS, is making significant strides in the realm of satellite connectivity. Today's news reveals that the company is transitioning from research and development to commercialization, with plans to launch 5 satellites and an expected ramp-up in production by late 2025. This emerging infrastructure paves the way for ASTS to target partnerships with major mobile network operators instead of pursuing direct consumer sales, opening up a vast total addressable market. In the short term, the recent stock performance is noteworthy, with shares demonstrating triple-digit percentage gains and increased trading volume, reflecting strong investor interest. However, while this surge may attract speculative investment, potential risks, including regulatory challenges and execution uncertainties, should not be overlooked. ASTS's financial position indicates a positive cash balance, allowing the company to meet operational necessities through 2026, despite not yet generating recurring revenue. Looking ahead, anticipated revenue between $50 million and $75 million for the second half of 2025 heavily relies on the successful launch of satellites and efficient integration with mobile network operator partners, which could greatly influence stock valuation. Furthermore, the pricing of a $225 million repurchase of convertible notes reflects proactive financial management that may enhance investor confidence. Overall, while the excitement surrounding ASTS is palpable, the company's ability to mitigate risks will ultimately determine its future stock trajectory. Analyst ratings. On Monday, the 16th of June 2025, it was reported that B. Riley assigned ASTS a buy grade with a hold action. On Monday, the 5th of May 2025, it was reported that Oppenheimer assigned ASTS a perform grade with an initialize action. On Wednesday, the 5th of March 2025, it was reported that Scotiabank assigned ASTS an outperform grade with a hold action. On Wednesday, the 5th of March 2025, it was also reported that UBS assigned ASTS a buy grade with a hold action. On Tuesday, the 1st of October 2024, it was reported that Scotiabank assigned ASTS a sector outperform grade with a hold action. Analysts have assigned AST SpaceMobile stock a general sell rating. They consider the price-to-earnings ratio as strong sell and the price-to-book ratio as strong sell. Regarding return on investment, the analysts also rate the stock as strong sell. The following signals have been identified for AST SpaceMobile. The stock of AST SpaceMobile Inc. shows buy signals from both short-term and long-term moving averages, indicating a positive outlook. Additionally, there is a general buy signal based on the relationship between these two averages, as the short-term average exceeds the long-term average. In the event of a downward correction, there will be support from the lines at $46.53 and $31.44. A drop below either of these levels will trigger sell signals. Furthermore, a buy signal has been generated from the 3-month moving average convergence divergence, or MACD. However, some negative signals have also emerged, which may impact short-term developments. A sell signal was triggered from a pivot top point on Tuesday, June 24, 2025, and the stock has since declined by 6.11%. Additional declines are expected until a new bottom pivot is established. Additionally, volume increased as prices fell yesterday, which could serve as an early warning, suggesting that the stock should be monitored more closely. Here are some additional signals that may be of interest. Moving average convergence divergence indicates a buy signal. Pivots show a sell signal from 2 days ago. Bollinger reveals a buy signal from 15 days ago. The short-term moving average also indicates a buy signal from 18 days ago. Similarly, the long-term moving average shows a buy signal from 17 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages signals a buy from 16 days ago. When we examine the 12-month chart, we can observe the short moving average indicates a buy signal from 17 days ago. The long-term moving average also reflects a buy signal from 17 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages shows a buy signal from 26 days ago. For more signals, remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us. Support, risk, and stop loss for AST SpaceMobile. On the downside, the stock finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $45.94 and $44.35. There is an inherent risk when a stock is testing a support level, as breaking this level may lead the stock to drop to the next support level. In this case, AST SpaceMobile Inc. finds support just below today's level at $45.94. Should this level be breached, the next support from accumulated volume will be at $44.35 and $38.37. This stock may experience significant movement throughout the day, indicating volatility. And with a considerable prediction interval from the Bollinger Band, this stock is deemed to be very high risk. Over the last day, the stock fluctuated $4.05 between its high and low, reflecting an 8.3% change. For the last week, the stock has seen an average daily volatility of 10.59%. Before we dive into the potential trading levels for AST SpaceMobile, let's briefly cover some essential fundamental data. First, we have the price-to-earnings ratio, commonly known as the PE ratio. This important metric measures a company's current share price in relation to its earnings per share. A negative PE ratio indicates that the company is experiencing negative earnings or is incurring losses. Even well-established companies can face downturns, often due to factors beyond their control. However, consistently negative PE ratios may suggest a lack of profitability and potential risks of bankruptcy. In other news, the upcoming earnings report for the second quarter of 2025 is anticipated on the 13th of August, 2025. Analysts currently estimate a loss of 19 cents per share. It's important to monitor these figures as they can significantly influence stock prices. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for AST SpaceMobile. In the event of an upward trend, the first resistance level for AST SpaceMobile is at $50.20. If you do not own any shares, you may want to wait for this level to be surpassed before entering a position. For those already holding the stock, this could be a strategic level to consider for swing trading. On the downside, AST SpaceMobile encounters its first support level at $45.94. If this support level holds, it could serve as a favorable entry point, anticipating a rebound. The combined average rating for AST SpaceMobile from various analyst sources is to sell. Now let's examine some recent insider trades. On the 16th of June, 2025, Gupta Shanti B conducted an insider purchase of 10,000 shares of Class A common stock. On the 9th of June, 2025, Gupta Shanti B conducted another insider purchase of 15,000 shares of Class A common stock. On the 6th of June, 2025, Cisneros Adriana conducted an insider purchase of 4,810 shares of Class A common stock. On the same day, Torres Julio A conducted an insider purchase of 4,810 shares of Class A common stock. Also on that day, Weiber Johann conducted an insider purchase of 4,810 shares of Class A common stock. Based on the most recent 100 insider trades, we have determined the insider power to be positive with a ratio of approximately 98.673. In total, insiders purchased 762,434 shares and sold no shares in the last 100 trades. Our recommended stop loss is set at $47.81, reflecting a decrease of 4.32%. This stock exhibits significant daily fluctuations, which results in a notably high level of risk. The 14-day relative strength index stands at 84, further amplifying this risk. Additionally, there is a sell signal indicated by a pivot top that was identified 1 day ago. Is AST SpaceMobile stock a good buy? Several short-term signals, along with a generally positive trend, indicate that the current level may present a buying opportunity. There is a reasonable chance for AST SpaceMobile Incorporated stock to perform well in the near term. However, due to some minor weaknesses in the technical analysis, we have revised our conclusion for this stock from a strong buy to a buy candidate since our last evaluation. After examining the volatility and movements from the last trading day, our systems indicate that the current price is undervalued. For trading on Thursday, June 26th, we anticipate that AST SpaceMobile will open higher by 570 cents and start trading at $50.54. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money, and that you should consult with a financial advisor before buying or selling any securities. Your investment decisions should not be based solely on the information provided by StockInvest.us. By using this information, you acknowledge and accept responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the stock. Do you agree or disagree? Please comment below and share your thoughts. What is your target for the stock? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a beautiful day. With warm regards from all of us here at Stock Invest.